Good morning and welcome back to another vlog. My name is Shalika Marker. For those of you who don't know, I am a Sri Lankan living here in Sweden Scandinavia, and today on My Swedish Life we are going to be creating a julbord. A julbord means Christmas table or Christmas buffet here in Sweden. It is a big tradition. We go for at least one or two Christmas tables every single year, and if you want a more elaborate version of it, I will leave a link to some of the videos in the description box below. But today we are going to create one here at home. So let me give you a little bit of a background. So usually here in Sweden, families, they switch between in-laws for each Christmas. That's typically what people do. So my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are up with her parents this year, and then we are at home, and we were supposed to be with our in-laws, my in-laws. My mum lives in Sri Lanka, so she's not here, but they are sick. So I'm at home with the family, and we realized yesterday, out of the blues, we were not doing anything, but we had some friends over yesterday, and I was going to make some of our chocolate muffins called club coca, and I ran out of cocoa, so we called our neighbor to borrow some, and it turned out that she was spending Christmas alone with her son, who's almost the same age, in between my two boys. And we said, why are we doing this? Let's get together, let's create a small Christmas table. She's bringing some things as well. We've got some things. I went shopping yesterday and bought a few things, so today I thought it would be fun, a very impromptu video to create a Christmas table with you, show you what we're having. Some of the things that we're having are very traditional, and some of the things we have skipped, and I'm replacing them with some other dishes. So let me go through what we are going to have for dinner today, and then I will show you how we set it up. Then I want to set up a three-tiered sweets tray. So typically a Swedish Christmas buffet would have your starter, which would be your sills, your pickled herring. So we are having a few options. We've got a mustard herring, we've got a skärgårds herring, we've got an inlagd herring, which is just pickled. All of them are pickled in different ways. Inlagd herring has like mustard seeds and red onions and vinegar, and it's really, really delicious. Now, I personally love the sill. There are people who hate it, who don't like it. I really, really appreciate it. And you serve it with creme fraiche, small cooked potatoes, red onions on the side, and some eggs, some hard-boiled eggs. So that's what we're going to do. Our friend or our neighbor next door, she's going to bring a couple of bottles of sill that she had as well. So we're going to have that as a starter. So you start with that. Then we're going to move on to our fish, which is gravad lax. Now, ideally, you would have a warm fish and a cold smoked fish. If you check the videos out in the description box below, you will see you have maybe 3 different types of dishes, but we're not going to do that because it's just the 3 of us adults and 3 kids. So we're not going to need a lot of food, but we are going to be putting out some gravad lax. Third course, which is the warm meal, we're going to have meatballs, we're going to have small sausages, which are called prinskorvar here, like prince sausages. We're going to have that. We're going to have ham. We didn't make a big ham. My husband bought some nice Christmas ham sliced already from the shop, just a few pieces for us to have. So we're going to have that. Usually you'd have a liver pate, but we're not doing liver pate. We thought that would be enough meat. We're going to be doing some Brussels sprouts on the side, and I had some broccoli in the fridge, so I said to my husband, let me just do a broccoli with some cheese sauce just to have on the side with the meats. Now, really you would make a Jansson's. I will put a picture up here. You could buy it as well, but it's a potato dish with anchovies, and not everybody likes to eat it. I like it, but the kids don't like it, so it will just go to waste. So we decided against it. We're going to make something that the kids will also enjoy eating. And after the cheese goes, it's a dessert. My husband made a punch parfait. Punch is a drink that we have here in Sweden. It's really delicious, and we've made an ice cream out of it. And then I've got the typical Swedish Christmas candy as well. We made some knäck yesterday. We'd finished our batch that we made a couple of weeks ago, so we made a fresh batch. And out of the punch parfait, I can also make meringues because it calls for egg yolks in the punch parfait, and I'm always left over with 3 egg whites. So I just double the quantity of sugar to the weight of the whites, and then I just make the meringues. And this time we added some polka grease, which is mint, like candy cane mint. We crushed it and we put it into the so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay out the table. I love this table. Got a lazy Susan in the middle, as you can see, with some decor on it. I'm going to leave that, and we're going to just put all the food around the table. So I'm going to start with all the dishes and put them where I think it needs to go, and then we will get on with the sweet tray. So as you can see, I've got everything set up on the table. These ones I picked up at the charity store a few years ago, actually probably about 10 years ago, my husband and I. So we're going to put the sill in these. We thought it would be fun to have them in those. And we have these forks that you could pick out your sill with. We've got this for the butter. My husband's going to buy quite a lot of butter. We used to have this before, but butter got really expensive, so we stopped cooking with it. But for Christmas, my husband wants to fill that one up. We've got the eggs ready. We're going to hard boil them and then cut them in half. So those two are here. We need one of these bowls for the red onions and one of them for the creme fraiche. This little board is for the cheeses. I think it should be enough. I think we've got 4 cheeses here. Is a Christmas bread that we have here. Skogaholmslimpa is something that my kids have on a general basis, but during the Christmas time they make a Christmas version of it. So I bought this one. It's sweeter, so we've got that one to serve with. And then we're also going to be serving this, which is a hard bread, a thin hard bread to have with your cheese. So these are the 2 types of bread that we're going to be serving. Then this pot is from IKEA. It's really lovely. I love this sort of copper. I had a lot of copper dishes before. I can't use them on my induction, so I bought these from IKEA. I actually bought them at their find section, so they were really inexpensive. So I'm making the potatoes in this. It looks really festive. I love using copper for Christmas. These are the delicatesse potatoes that I bought. They're quite small, so I'm going to boil those. So that's over there. I like to have everything in the dishes so that I know where everything is. These are the Brussels sprouts. We are just going to boil them and have them in here. It's not a lot, so this dish should be fine. And then this one I thought I could use for the broccoli cheese. Then I need another dish, which I had here, which will be for the sausages, half of it sausages and half for the meatballs. And if I move this down here, I have another red dish for the ham. I don't know what I'm going to serve the gravat lux in. I have to check. Maybe the gravat lux could go in there, actually. The gravat lux will probably go in there. And then I'm going to use this one for the Brussels sprouts. Boil them in that, and then that will be fine. I think I've got for everything that we're going to be needing. So this is looking very pretty and festive. So we might change this up around. And like I said, I might use this for the sill. I'm not sure because it's got a lot happening for the sill, so I might just use this, take away my kettle and all of this stuff, and then just create a sill table here. So I just wanted to pop by here and just tell you that Christmas here in Scandinavia or in Sweden is very, very family orientated. It is not about parties. It's not about going out and eating or going to hotels or enjoying lavish meals, which, trust me, I absolutely love. I grew up in Sri Lanka, and that's what Christmas means to me there. But Christmas here in Sweden is very quiet. I mean, if somebody came over from Sri Lanka to Sweden, they'd find it so boring. We would just stay at home. So today we've done nothing. It is the 24th when I'm filming. The 24th is really when you would typically celebrate Christmas or Eve here in Sweden. You don't celebrate Christmas Day. It's not a big thing. All the kids get their Christmas gifts and everything on Christmas Eve. Santa Claus comes also on Christmas Eve, which is pretty good for Santa Claus, because otherwise Santa Claus is not going to make all the different countries on the 25th. So it's great that some of the countries like us here in Sweden, we like Santa Claus to come on the 24th. So the 25th is a very quiet day here. We don't do much. I will be editing some videos. I've been editing this video so I can get it out to you, and just enjoying some quality time with my family. So I growing up in Sri Lanka, had a very big tradition of going out and eating with family and friends. You would go out for breakfast, somebody would host, and then you'd have a lunch maybe, or you'd skip lunch and then you'd have an open house. My mum used to have open house at my grandmother's house. My grandmother used to have that before, but I live in Sweden. That's not a tradition I have continued here, but in hindsight, we have open house in our house all the time. We've got friends coming in and out of the house every single weekend, and we absolutely love it. But Christmas time comes along and everybody just vanishes to their corner of country. We have a friend Emil who's up in with his sister and family. We have a friend who's gone down to Skåne, which is in the south of Sweden, and we have our friend Jonathan who's left and gone to Finland to celebrate Christmas there. So as you can see, all of them have different places that they need to be, but we are together almost all year round. We don't mind it at all, just being together as a family. And I love this time of the year because I live so close to all the shops. I can go and check in or cash in on all the middle, they call it mellandagarna here, like the middle day sales, or after Christmas sales, I suppose, in English, if you were to translate it. But I love being here for the 25th and the 26th because, or 27th, the shops open and then everything just marks down. And that's when I score all my Christmas decor for next year. So let's get on with the rest of the food and the rest of this video. So let's create the 3-tiered Christmas sweet tray. This is what we're going to have for dessert. So I've got a box of mixed stuff that I had left over, but I have started adding the knäck onto one side of the tray, as you can see. I didn't think we needed more than that. The meringues I have here, so I'm going to add them on the side here so that they are on the opposite side of the knäck so that we don't have only one of everything. So I don't think we're going to be eating so much of, probably have 1 or 2 meringues each, if that. So I'm just going to add in a few meringues. It looks really pretty there. I had added extra. I think I'm going to take this off. So this is what the Christmas knäck looks like. It's in sort of a mini little cupcake holder. As you can see, it's literally a fudge, and then you just open it out like this and you eat it. Now the ones we make, we like to make it a little soft. As you can see, you can squish it. Sometimes people make them harder, sometimes they like them softer. It's so delicious. This one, this batch, I think may have got slightly burnt, but I like that sort of burnt flavor. I'm not sure my husband will, but okay, we have a mix of traditional Christmas sweets here, so I thought this would be fun to have on top. Some of them are mint, some of them are just, I think, chocolate, toffee. So perfect. So we've got, so now we've just got the middle tray to see to. Then we've got this is called Polly. You usually have this all year round, but this is the Christmas version and my husband really likes that. So I thought we could add that onto one side. I'm going to open it up. Hopefully nobody eats it before we get a chance to have our dinner. I can't promise anything. So I'm going to show you what they look like. These ones look like this, the little round things. You get one with the dark chocolate and you get one with white chocolate, and it's got almost like a punch flavor inside of it. But this is with the Christmas. I don't exactly know what the flavor is, but it just says a limited edition. A julskum. It's got the Christmas, it's something called julskum. I had it on my video last week. It's a sort of a Christmas Santa Claus. I will show you one. I think I have it. So this is julskum. It's a marshmallow, so that's what's inside this chocolate for Christmas. So I'm going to add that onto the side. These ones are a little hard, so I'm not using them. Then I had these ones that I got, some Christmas chocolates from Abu Dhabi. We had an acquaintance, a friend of a friend, who came a couple of weeks ago. And he brought me this because I hosted him. So I'm going to add these just to give them a pop of color. I had just 4 of them left. I think I had a black one somewhere. Then I usually like to do something for every Advent, every Sunday leading up to Christmas. So the kids got to do a treasure hunt one Sunday, and they had this as their treat. It's a Coca-Cola Oreo cookie with popping candy. It's not for everyone, it's very sweet, but I bought 1 pack and we still have some of them left over. It's got this red and brown color, so that would be great for Christmas. So I'm just going to add those as well here. I had just, I think, 4 of them left, so, or even maybe just 3, I think. No, I had 4. Okay, so 4 of those, that's perfect. And then we've got some candy cane. Maybe the kids might want some candy cane. This box is already open. It's not very strong mint flavor, so I think it will be fine. And so then I had this. Now this, I think, is, I don't know if they've hand painted it or how it works. If anybody knows and has been to Abu Dhabi and seen this chocolate and how they make it, do you know if it's hand painted or if it is like a mold? It's beautiful. I'm going to use that one. It's the last one I have. I'm going to take it out. I think I'm going to break it up into pieces so that we can have a few of those on the tray as well. The design is just divine. So the tray is done, the sweet tray. And this is what it looks like. We've got meringues and we've got knack, we've got chocolate, we've got the poly, we've got some candy cane, and then we've got the Christmas sweets on top. So this is looking perfect. I think it turned out really, really great. I will take a shot of all the food later on. So I'm pretty organized for today now. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go shopping. I want to get some butter to fill up that jar you saw. Get a few things organized. I can show you what we're doing for the table setting now. So let me put this one away so we can have it on the table. As far as the table setting goes, we've got this centerpiece that I created in the autumn, but to bring it up to Christmas, I added in some evergreens and some Christmas flowers, some amaryllis. They are all faux, so they will last the entire season. I'm using my cutlery that I've had for years and my plates that I bought at the charity store, I think about 6 years ago. So the table is looking really elegant, very moody, which is what I was going for this year. So this is my Christmas tree downstairs. It is a very, very realistic looking. I bought it at a place called Plantagen. I've added in some faux presents underneath. I've used my sheepskin there. It's a brown sheepskin. I usually have it on the sofa, but I added it as a tree skirt there. It's really something I've been doing for many, many years instead of having a tree collar or skirt. These ones are beautiful. I bought these ones also at Hemtex. These candles I've had for a few years. They're battery operated. It was very traditional in Sweden to have real candles on your Christmas tree. Don't ask me how they did it, but these ones are battery operated. These ones I've had for a few years. They're very heavy, so you can't put them on a real Christmas tree. They are stunning. These ones are from a place called Willer & Bosch. They were also on sale, so I didn't pay a hefty price for them. So that was a great find. These were also from Hemtex. Hemtex gets some really beautiful baubles. This one was from Urbe. It wasn't a very expensive one. It's from these sort of cheaper shops here in Sweden. So this is everything on my Christmas tree downstairs. These ones I picked up at the charity store. This time I haven't put out that video, but stay tuned for that one. And these also was from Urbe. I've just added some velvet ribbon, and it really creates a very elegant Christmas tree for me here downstairs. It goes with the table. I've got my lamps there, and I just moved my olive tree over there. So I'm back. I'm all ready for this evening. It is 5 o'clock now, and our guest is arriving at 6. So I'm making the cheese sauce for the broccoli. It's really the only cooking that I need to do. I've just made a roux, and that's cooking away. And in the name of brevity and really just keeping things simple, I bought myself this already grated cheese. I never really buy this because obviously it's a lot more expensive, but today I wasn't going to fuss about it. So it's got a cheddar and mozzarella mix. One's obviously more gooey and one is for the flavor. So I'm going to add all of that in. So let me get some milk. My goal for today is to get everything on the table by 6 o'clock so that I can just relax and enjoy the evening with Emily and my husband and the kids. So I'm just going to add in some milk here and give everything a good mix. And then it's just a case of adding the cheese in and making everything thick and nice. And then I'm just going to pour it over the already cooked broccoli that's in these boxes. So that's what's really nice. If you prepare your cooked foods advance, what you can make in advance, if you make in advance, then it's easy. But this is what I had on hand in the fridge, and I thought I would use it up. These are the Christmas sausages. They're like small sausages. In Sri Lanka would probably call them like porkies, I don't know, but this is without the skin, so we'll use half of this. I'm not going to use all of it, too much. We've got some of the cheeses. This is a creamy cheese that we have here. It's called a gräddost. Grädd means cream and cheese. This one is a Snowdonian cheese. It's amber mist. It's a really, really nice cheese. So we've got those. I'm going to bring them out because obviously they need to be at room temperature. This is the gravad lax. This is the salmon, and it's made specifically in a special way. I don't make it. We just buy it. Most people buy it. Some people do make it, but I just bought a few. We don't need that much. We're not very many people. That's the gravad lax. This is the Christmas ham that my husband bought. Like I said, it was cut in slices, perfect for us to use. But these are all, this serves cold. This serves cold. It's just the meatballs that I need to make or cook. So this one is done. So I'm just gonna pour this over the broccoli. The broccoli. And then I can just put it in the oven. So it will be all ready for us to have. Just gonna add in the beetroot. In Sweden, everything is so easy. In Sri Lanka, you'd have to make all of this by yourself. Not that this salad is difficult to make out. We can have the ham. Can I have the ham? So I'm gonna take out the ham as well. It's already pre-packed like this, and I'm just gonna add it onto the tray with some ham. Simple. I'll take the gravad lax as well, and I'm going to take out the gravad lax now. This one I think I'm going to have to cut. I will check and see if IKEA have all of these ingredients, all these dishes in their food section, in which case if anybody wanted to create this meal, it wouldn't be very, very difficult. So I think I'm gonna have to divide out the salmon. It comes like this, as you can see. Do it as delicately as possible so I don't have to break any of it. Two. So while I was taking out the gravad lax, Emily and her son arrived, and as you can see, we have everything on the table. We've got our cheeses. We've got a couple more cheeses that we need to add in. We've got our Christmas bread, our hard bread. We've got our Christmas sausages. We've got our meatballs. We've got our broccoli and cheese, which is not really traditional to a Christmas table, but we have it anyway. We've got our steamed Brussels sprouts, and then we've got our ham on the table as well. So as you can see,
everything is been laid out. You cannot have a Christmas table without ham. And then we did end up putting all the fish like the gravatlax and the cooked potatoes and the sill on this little section here, just to allow us more room to maneuver between dishes. So I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me creating a julbord together. Please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in my next video.